different data types and the 2-3 functions of Python. Am I audible?
Yes.
So data types are kind of data item defined by the values they take. For example, we have different types of data like number, string, and in numbers, like see, different types of Python is string, then Boolean is 0 and 1, set is also set can have anything, string or number, and type which is string, list or tuple, and dictionary is something like column, rows, and numeric complex number, and we have 3 types: integers, float, decimal numbers, numbers which have a point, and complex numbers, numbers like pi, and Python has only data types in numeric, and further on we will learn about the float, which is advanced version of float, which can store more data than float, and it is more specific, is more accurate because after the point sometimes we need more accuracy. So when we need more accuracy, that time we use double float as most accurate. On to next, we have string data type, thing which comes in between or double marks, that is known as string. It can be anything, and which and both screens are visible now. I not so bad.
Yes.
Like print design system, and it is used on. So you it's a don't worry, this is the editor of Python. The process is same, but while teaching we used Tuple because after the class we compile it and then share it. This and and if I write is it or anything, I don't think, because anything which is in between 2 commas mark, that will be as a string and won't have any use in the code. It will directly be a data.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, voice is breaking actually.
All are it's a network issue at your side. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, actually you need to be in front of the microphone.
हमसे दादी दिया है ना.
Wait, I am reconnecting my headphone. Hello, hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Better now?
Yes.
So, whatever we write between double quotation mark or single quotation mark, that will be created as and it can be anything like print high. Let's take single not here. So print high and uh, so if sometimes print in more than one line, like and uh, go for need to write in two different lines because maybe data needs to be organized or the program demands that. So that time you will use three double quotation marks, not single quotation, and then and then you can write here this enter and write on next line. And then again three quotation marks and it will print in different lines without any error. Like and subscribe. You can also use I dash n now if you see the big tab hi hello was only of one space, gap was of one space, but when you add slash t in between, that time it's like it increases the gap between two adjacent data which has been input by a tab by space of one tab, and if you add tab by two, that means slash t two times, it will like increase it by furthermore comma like that. And if you will add slash n, you will add in a new line, and I add slash n. It first gave it in a second line, and then after that was a space of one tab. So slash t and slash n. Slash n is for new line. Slash t for space of one tab. And, raw string
The
and
colon, what does that mean? Single, colon, double, and triple, what does that mean?
this one. Single
Not,
quotation.
not this one, the one, yeah, the single one which is high and double, triple which is like, what does that do?
Yes. This one makes the part of code as a comment. I mean, you can see it, but that Python compiler won't be able to see. It's like when you make big programs, you need to remember that why you gave this variable. Like, wait, I will show you. Suppose we have a variable x equal to 3 and y is equal to 5. And I have made a big program, and now I need to. I didn't give it a special name, so let's say x is equal to age, and I put it as a comment. So by putting it like a comment, I am sure that I remember that x is equal to age. Whenever I will come to x and I will see this, I will remember that the variable x was made because I have stored the value of age in it, and variable y I can slash y is equal to anything. So whatever you write after hashtag or after three quotation marks, single quotation marks, that is added as a comment. It won't be a part of the code. It will be visible to you, and it's for your reference. Like you make notes on your book for your reference, it's like that only. And I used three times the single quotation marks because you can't go and put hashtag in each and every line. It's too lengthy. So if you directly put three this single quotation marks, it will do the work for you. And it automatically puts the it's pair, so that's why it's coming. So you need to write a comment so that you have a reference, like why you wrote this line, or why this variable was made, or what this uh, do it like that. And comments make it very easy to remember when you are coding. That's why, because if I do it like this, and then it will an error. Data type is not defined, because then it becomes a part of the code. Until the time it was code, showing an error, because that time it became part of. It wasn't a part of code. It was only visible to as an edit. So this was about string, and about raw string. It's like to print slash n, but somehow you need to print a slash n, and by chance Python also has an inbuilt function for slash. So when you have to print slash n, simply write r. R means raw string. So wherever that escape character is slash t slash n, both are escape characters. They are used to make the work easy and format the code. So when you write R, it becomes a raw code, and when it becomes a raw code, you can directly put slash n, and the slash n won't. There won't be any use of slash n. Directly only get. Oh, slash. Oh yes, I have to put this in comments. So you can see slash n was printed, but if I remove this, and so now you can see there will be a blank space. Okay. When I put R, it becomes a raw string, and then slash n is printed. Unicode is like how keyboard takes the input. Like when I give Q, we can see Q, but in computer language it has a different code. Each and every character on the keyboard has a different input style, and when you need to use it in Python, some offline editors support it. But if you want to print emoji in online editor or big programs, that time you need to. There is a list of emoji and special characters which have their unique values. You have to type that, and by typing that, you can print that particular emoji or that particular character in the Python. Like you can't directly type such characters in the code; it will show error. So each and every code, be it Q, X, Y, Z, any letter or special character, them have which makes them identified, and the code is internationally accepted. So each and every computer will have same computer will have same code. In the projects, if we need to format the program, we can use them as well to make our program look good. This was about string data type. Now we come to store multiple items in a variable. better now? Okay. Is it better?
Your voice is a bit low, so you need to be a bit close to the mic.
Yes, 1 second. I will increase the volume. I think Zoom has decreased. Wait a minute. Is it better now?
Yes, clear now.
Hello, is it better now?
Yeah, it's best now.
Very
Okay,
much.
moving on to second one, it's list, and list is used to store multiple data in a single variable, and variable is like anything and everything in Python starts from a variable only. You need to store a data in variable. When you need output, you need to call that variable somewhere or in that variable. And variable is like anything which has which should begin with the alphabet, and it can have a underscore, and in between or in the end it can have numbers as well. And length of variable isn't defined. You can have a variable of any length. Only condition is first character should be alphabet, and it can have underscores from second onward, and numbers in between. But if you start a variable with a number, it will show error. And inbuilt functions like print, put, and loop names, other things can't be used as a variable name because Python takes them as inbuilt function, and it will try to work as a function there, and that time it will show error. So I will show you 5 6 types of creating variable. Like x is equal to 1, so x is a variable. I can have x underscore 095, anything like that, and equal to 123, and it is also accepted. But if I create 09 underscore 567 is equal to 4, and I print the value of 09567, it will show error. See, 569 invalid decimal literal because it took it as a decimal. But leading 0 and decimal integers are not permitted. Use of prefix 0 for octal integers. And if I add x here, move this, now it won't show any 4. Print value of x75 was 4, and now it's showing correct. And same with, we go with this print x or print, wait, I should take some other as well. You can take high. Okay. So it will print 1 to 3, and first will show print 1, and last one will show 4. So when we run, it comes like that: x is equal to 1. The second one, high variable, is 1 to 3, and last one is 2. You can also store string values in variable. like you go and let me take c underscore 001 d is equal to hello world. So this is also a variable, and if we write print hello, it should print hello world, and it's printed. And one thing which is which should be taken care in Python is completely case sensitive. So if I write capital P, it won't get its color won't change, because Python is case sensitive, and print as defined in Python is how small all the letters of print are in small, then only you can use it anywhere. And the same goes with any of the variables. If I do capitals here, it will show error, because you can see it's not defined. Because Python being case sensitive will treat both of them as a different one, and so when I change it here, now it won't show anything. So using variables or anything in Python is highly sensitive. That's why whenever you create a variable, try to create simple one. I usually create xyz123 and then give them a name in comments, so that whenever I need to check why I made that variable, I can simply over to them and can see the comment which I had made. And comments can, yes.
Yeah, one question is, so when we are defining the variable, we don't need to use any code, single quote, nothing at all, straight away variable and give the value to it.
Yes, directly.
Okay.
And while and one thing is like if you are creating a numeric value, like I gave one here. You shouldn't give a single colon, double colon, because if you put it anything like, wait, I will show you. H is equal to 1. So when I put h as 1, it has become a string. So we will feel that x and h both have same value.
Yeah, it will print 1, but it will not calculate anywhere if I do it.
Yes. I will show. Yes. Wait, I will show how it is done. So h is equal to 1, x is equal to 1. We see. Yes. Okay, now if I print x and I print h, both will give same output. But if I say x equal to if I say x plus y, x plus h, print, it will show an error, because second one, the h1 is a string and not an integer. See, it will show unsupported operand type for int and str. Operand plus, that means addition, and int is the type of one, and second one is string. So that's why saying string. And when I remove this quotation mark, it could have been single one as well. Then also it will show same error, because you can see the color has changed. And see, now print x plus h, it will show 2, because now both of them became integer. Similarly, I can have 1.98 and I can have 1.02. Now it will also do 3.0, because here it became a decimal. And if I say type, print type of x, and same goes for h. It will show float, and class means the type, and float. And when I change it into string, it will show str. Yes, it will show error here. I put comment, so let's go from the code. See, class float x and class str for h, and type function is basically used to find the type of variable or whatever you need
Yeah, you told that.
Yes, and I will show how to add decimal and float, integer and float. See, 2.98 because both are numeric digits, so it can be added. But if it when it's converted into alphanumeric alphabetic order, then it's not converted. But because
How
both
much
of
is
them
the
are
difference
numeric,
between integer and
float
Just
is
to say,
all those which have decimal, and integer is the ones which don't have any decimal from 0 to
Umum, actually the thing is that h is equal to fun, right? And you're hitting h is equal to 1 and adding it to x. By default, internally, the Python compiler considers it as float. It converts that 1 into 1.00 as a float number and it adds up. That will not be visible to
us.
us. That happens internally.
Yes,
that is true, but what is but anything float and integer is just difference. Float can be a decimal value, whereas integer is only
integer.
not decimal.
Yes,
Not
because
decimal.
it's like because integer difference between integer and decimal is only of a point. Like every integer is 1 point has a point 0 in it. So oh yes, so you know. Yes, so
okay,
it's
I just wanted to
I
confirm
didn't.
with the float.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. It's
No,
same.
tell me again. What is that? Float is with the decimal, is it?
Yes, like a float is decimal and rest all except complex number are for integer. Like wait, it's like the decimal, whichever number has a point and is a decimal number, not complex number, will fall under float, and rest all numbers from 1 to infinity, be it negative, positive, it will fall in the integers area. But when we add float and integer, Python in the backend, which is not visible to us, converts it into decimal because every integer is already a decimal. It's just 0.0, so we don't add it. We don't write it anywhere. But in computer language, it will show it itself as 1.0 only, or be it anything 2, 3, anything. Because when 0.0 comes, it becomes an integer only. 0.0 doesn't have any value. So that's the only difference between int and float. Int will only be int and can also be float, but float won't have. It's like a we create those diagrams in which one is a part of another, but that thing is not like. It's like integers are in float, but float isn't in integer because integer is a part of float, but float isn't a part of integer. It's like in maths only we have told na, like integer.
Like we say, square is a rectangle. Rectangle is not a square.
Yes, precisely. Yes. So
Okay.
now coming on to list, this was all about how to handle variable and how to check the type of variable. Now I will show how you can create a list. So suppose list should also have a name. So lists are created by variable only, like x is equal to, and then we add square brackets. List always comes in a square bracket, and then we can like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Wait, I have to add this ABC, comma. Now I can add single quotation as well. Then comma 3.34 anything. So when I print x, this one, this is a different code. So here it will print the complete list x. Oh, double, yes. So now it will print the list x. So list is basically used to store multiple. Yeah, so list is basically used to store data which can be of any type, and when you do basic programming like in the next few classes, you will mostly be using list because you don't need it has the data which doesn't need to be sorted, or it can have identical data. I can put this ABC once again. I can put 2 again, 3 again, and it will print it same way. But if I the next one like sets and this the tuple one, it will have an order and can only have a single data type only. So list is like it can store any type of data, and at the same time it can have all types of data types like int, float, string, and yes, all these three. So this is about string, and this is about list. And for creating list also, the steps remain same. You have to first make a variable which will be then converted into a list. And when when you create a list, you have to simply put a variable like xyz and 456 is equal to, and then put square brackets, because it's the source code it is written ABC, then why is it printed as ABC Yes, because by default, uh, no, Shrang, wait, I'm telling, because it's like by default only the single quotation mark is always taken whenever you print in Python. Whenever you will ask, like here also you will ask, it's like Python only created like that. You Whenever the system replies to us, I mean not our own print function, whenever the whenever the compiler tells us the output, it's always in the form of single quotation marks only, because single quotation marks and double quotation marks don't have any difference. Only difference is when you use in comments, you are limited to single quotation marks, whereas whenever you are naming a string, you use double quotation marks, single quotation mark. It's your wish. I use both of them just to show you that there is no difference. It's like we see the difference, but for computer it's the same. And throughout Python you can use both of them anywhere except for while you do comment, or while you are typing in other sentence. Like here we have to use we can only use double quotation marks when you have to print in more than one line. But when you need to assign a value or add a value, input a value, string value, you can use either single quotation marks or double quotation marks. And you can't do like x is equal to first you add double quotation, then you add single quotation. It will show an error. Like I will show. Print x error EOL while scanning string literal. It started as string, but it will finish it because uh, both the quotation marks were not same.
And what if we don't put any quotation?
Then it will show an error. Okay, wait, I'll show.
So whenever
It will show an error.
a string or like alphabet,
Yes, whenever whenever you are inputting a string, then you need to have a code because the UL by scanning literal name ch is not defined. And if I like do ch is equal to 23 and I put here then print x, it will not show any error because now x took the value of ch, and then when we print x it shows 23. So only thing is whenever you need to input a string, you have to put either single quotation mark or double quotation mark, and it has to be same.
I mean, if you want to make a list in the square bracket, that is above. Yeah.
No, yes, there as well or anywhere else.
If I don't put any quotation, then what will happen?
It will show error. It will show error. Wait, I will show. Good. See, name ABC is not defined. It will take it as a variable and search for ABC because variables are defined without any quotation mark. Like if I write ABC here 12, now it will show 12 in place of ABC. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 because ABC is stored as 12. And if I write ABC here, ABC is equal to 12. It will show 12
Now
because it's yes, because it's like yes. So this was about list, and from next class we will focus only on list. This is only like introduction to all the data types, so we will just give the basic syntax, and from next class we will elaborate for 2-3 classes. We take only list, then set, then tuple, and dictionary. Wait, so this is tuple. Tuple is always yes.
I was actually wondering how to go about with Python and
Anywhere.
yeah, Python anyway, and I've just made an account. How to add just
Yes. So you have there on the top there will be written account. You have to click on that.
okay.
Then in education column you go and there will be written teacher.
Enter your teacher's name.
Yes, and there you have to write SR for coding. SR in capital.
Any small or capital?
Yes. SR. Wait, I'm putting it in chat box. Yes, capital SSR, then 4, then coding.
Coding small. Now,
So now we can now check like it also how it's visible to us.
yeah, I added.
See, now I have options like 4 people, 3 people have added as a teacher. So now if I go, I can see your account. I can't see your mail or anything. I can simply go and browse your files whichever you have uploaded. If you will upload in future, or I can create as well. So simply, even I can watch this account. Jadam, why you need access? No. Okay, so this was about list, and now we come on tuple. Tuple is ordered sequence of items. It's same as list, but it orders them, and it's immutable. Like once you create a list, you can edit it here, but wait. Jadam, if you want anything, you can put it in chat box, and if you request for that approval again, we might remove you. So yes, tuple is immutable. Like in program, you can edit it, but while the program is going on, tuple can't be edited, or its value once which is entered, it stores that like that way only. You can't change it while the program is been running. We will show how it works in the next class, because for that you have to create a slightly big program, and then you will learn the difference between tuple and list. Rest everything is same, and syntax remains like in list we had square brackets. In string, in tuple we have the normal parentheses we use in English, and the way of entering is same. You create a variable, like you create a variable t is equal to, and you add abc 1 2 3 4 5.0, and when you print t, you print the tuple, and it will be between like so. See you now abd 1 2 3 3.34 5.5 is printed, and it's in parentheses because tuple works like that. And so this was for tuple. And advantage of tuple is like tuple are immutable. Iterating with tuple is faster in this, so performance. So because tuple is immutable, so once the program starts, if you use a tuple over rather than using a list, the program will work fast, so it won't you won't be able to see the difference. But when you make big programs for big companies, that time you need to use the faster speed. So mostly list is used for the most basic programs. After that, you can use tuple if you need more type of data. And immutable elements we can keep for and we will talk how we can link it to key. And
Okay, I want to know how do you understand what you need to write here? Like you wrote A, B, D, T is equal to all these, right? How do you know what needs to be written?
no, it's random. Like suppose right now I'm just speaking, so I gave a random input. And like suppose you are creating a tuple for a student info, so that time you need to write that take it as my name. Then you take S1 like student 1. Okay, so let's think like it's like for a school database or something like that. Small programs will have students data. S1 is like I will add name, home, and second will be then age 17, and so on. You can add anything like here. So it will be like it depends on you what type of program you're creating or what is the requirement of the question. Sometimes they will give you a list and then say do sorting, so that time you don't need to do anything. You will create a list and which is given in the program only. You will copy it, and the logic which follows will depend on you. And sometimes it's like ask the user to input a list and enter this data or in the order, and then once the user inputs the list, then you can that time will be, it depends on the user that what it has to do. So right now I was randomly entering anything. It's not fixed like you need to add this thing here. I can write anything before it, I can add anything after it, like anything you can, like I haven't it's not anything like you write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 anything. It depends on your program or whatever you are doing. That time you need to write. It's like just basic syntax, so that's why I wrote it randomly. So
Okay, so when we give, you will give us some programs to do, and then I think all the information will be there, right?
Yes. So first we will teach a basic program, and then we will give you after teaching 2 programs, then we will give you a question in which you have to link all those small programs to make a bigger program. That time you will understand how and what to do in a more clear way. Yes, Sashank, you agree?
Actually, like you were saying like when to use list or tuple, right? See, basically in a project, right, when your client gives you any requirement, he will not mention whether you need to use list or tuple or what. Like you take all the information and everything that's required. It is up to you to decide. It's all in your hands. Like whether you want to use a list or tuple, everything is up to you. No one will mention like you need to use this particular thing. So you need to you need to sit with him and understand the requirement, and based on that requirement, it's up to you. So no one is gonna mention that actually, but for now we will be mentioning everything.
But so what is better, tuple or
See, if you are creating a basic program of in in which you ask a user that enter 5 digits and print a sorted value. For that you can use tuple and list, but if you use tuple, then it's like tuple is a bit more complex than list. List is for basic types of programs, and in the future people mostly prefer tuple because being like it's faster than that, and it's like a advanced version of list, and being immutable. Like list can be mutated. While the program, you can make a program which will edit the list, and so the data of the list can be changed. But tuple once created before running, you can change. But once the program is going on, it won't be changed. It's like a static data which has been once inputted, and after that you can't change. Like maybe on next Saturday or Sunday, if we finish list and tuples both, then we will give you 2-3 programs where you can use both of them. But when you use tuple, you will get slightly better answer and smaller codes. But if you use list, you will get larger codes. Answer will remain the same. Logic will differ by using tuple and list, because
but one thing is that you will not be using tuple that much. It's always a list. So they are still on how to manipulate the list and all. Because
it's same for all.
To machine learning and recommendation systems, right? Machine learning or be it deep learning, right? Everything will be in the form of lists only. You are not going to use tuple that much. So tuple is just to, like, if you don't want your list to be changed, right? You want to create a copy and don't want your original list to change, so that your user can see everything. That's when you can just change it to tuple. But all the time, maximum of the time, you will be using a list only, because you would have to manipulate a lot of data. You have to perform a lot of operations, right? So with tuple, it's not possible. So you will be using either list or dictionary depending upon the users.
Okay. It can be kind of, we can use it as a security. Like once I'm done with my work, if it's in the tuple form, no one else can edit.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. I'm saying it's not like security. Like if you give access to the code to us, we can edit it. But while the program is being run, you can't perform any action. You can't write another code, or you can't write any code in which tuple is being modified. You can only write code in which list is being modified. But tuple modification during list is not possible. Like in next class we will show how list manipulation can be done. You can store the data, you can remove data from list, you can add data in list. But for tuple, once the user gave the list an input, or you gave an input, you can't create a subprogram to edit it. You can only, like, once created, you can only see it. You can't edit
Okay, so if not security, it would be accidental changes.
No. You're not getting. We will like once we go through list, that time we will show you like list manipulation. What is list manipulation? And that time you will understand like why tuple isn't used there. And set is unordered collection of unique items, and it means you can't repeat the data in a set. And the process of creating a set is same, like you go for S is equal to, and in set you use curly brackets, like you have set in maths. Same curly brackets are used in set of Python as well. And if you repeat the data, like I do 1 2 3 1 2 3 a comma 5 comma 67, and I will repeat. So when I print this, Okay. See, though I wrote 67 two times, but it got printed only once, and also you can see that it got into an order, like first it 1, 2, 3 to be specific, 1, 2, let's say 3. So see, it got printed in an order. First 67, then 5, then A, then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3 underscore 3. But it's not the same order in which we had inputted the value. We had given the input as 1, 2 underscore 3, 1, 2, 3, A, 5.0, 67, 67. 167 got removed because it can only have unique items. If repeated, then set won't consider them and it won't exist for the set. You can see it here, but while the program is being run, only unique pairs will be used and the copy will remain there, but it won't be. You can only see it, but program will simply ignore it because it's a set. And set is like it orders whatever input you give in a set, it automatically gets ordered in an order, and that's why set is mostly used. But this order isn't specific, so like it's only used when you have to input unique items. Like if you are creating a form which asks for someone's mail, so that a person can't log in twice or give same mail twice, or two different accounts can't be included from same mail, you will use a set which will store a data, so that if a person creates inputs the same mail for another account, it will show an error that this value already exists, and hence you can't use this email or anything which you input. So when you need to input like unique data from the user, and that time we use sets, and the advanced version of set is a dictionary in which it is a key value pair. Like I'll show you a dictionary.
I have a question again on set.
Yes, please.
Now, what if it's 67.0 and one is 67? Still, it will take it as one or different data?
It will take it as same, because for us it will look different. But for yes, see, I added 67.0, but if I add 67.1, it will become
then
unique.
it's definitely
Yes.
different one.
Yes.
Also, it picks up any random order.
Yes. But if you give only integer, then I will.
Give that one example.
Yes. See, 1 to 67, it will always take a random value, but when you understand this manipulation, then you can manipulate and store the data in a particular order. So that time you can like arrange it in descending order, ascending order, remove something or add something.
That though will be through command manipulation.
Yes.
Right? But
Yes.
right
Automatically
now, it will just pick up any order, any random order.
Yes. It's like based on the way Python stores data. It's like the one which is here, same one has been used here. I mean, in this code where I have used one. In Python, everything has a address. So these things are arranged as per the address, and you can't remember the address of each and every character which exists. So that address is unique to Python, and it in a way it's in order for Python, but for us we will find it different, because 1 to 4 it's not any order, neither descending nor ascending. But if you go in the compiler or if you find the address of this, I forgot the command, that time you will see that there's a particular address. Yes, so that time you will understand that address of each and everything, like one has same address here and same address wherever it is being used, whether in your computer or my computer, anywhere or anywhere in the program as well. So for Python it's in order, but for us it's for humans it's not any order, because we can't remember each and every address of anything which we type, because it's a very long order.
No, what is this S1 and all that? Yeah, I didn't.
S1 I created another variable. Wait.
S and S1 are two different variables. Randomly data
Wait. Yes.
give us some examples.
Yes. It's like
Okay, so these are different examples. That's it.
yes. Randomly we are putting examples here.
Okay, then these double quotes and single. When do you use that?
It depends on you. It depends on you. I can use it like, see. It depends on you. I just use both of them just to show, or just to show you. But it makes no difference whenever you use. Output will be same, and Python will always print in single quotes.
Just to add, right, the single quotes, right? Single is when you are having any character like ABC, right? Double quotes and triple quotes. Basically, double quotes you use when you have a long string, and triple quotes basically when you have a paragraph of data. Let us say you have a paragraph of data, so I need to store that entire paragraph, right? That's when you use what is called as a triple quote. When you have one lengthy string, right, or a line, when you have a single line of data, that is when you use data. That is when you use what is called as a double thing, and a single quote just when you have a single character like ABC, and that times only.
That here it on first one, like we printed like subscribe. That one was printed with. Wait. See, when you need to print in two different lines, that time you use double quotation mark 3 times. Like here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now you can print. It will be printed in two different lines. So it's basically when you need to create big English paragraphs, or you need formatting in your data, like creating school report card using Python. That time you need to format the data, so that time you input it in different sentences. So that time you use that, and it's for the front end. Logically both are same, but when you need to represent it to the front end for the another user who doesn't know coding, who just depends on the output, that for them you need to structure the data. And in Python or in any programming language in which you are developing, 80% of like experience or anything which 80% is logic, and only 20% adds up in formatting. Like if you are creating a big project, so 80 to 90% part of or marking of the project will be on the logic which you use and how smoothly the code went without any bugs or anything. And the rest 20% or 15% is on like how much formatted data did you, how much did you format the data, like printing in different lines, having proper space, and using.
Like we normally do in the Word document, we arrange our data and it's just for like visible. That's just visible.
for those who are at the front end. Like you will always prefer an app which has a better GUI than others.
Correct.
So for that only. Rest logic will pay the most, but if for all those who go for developing, they should also have a good formatting, because coding is 20 because formatting is also required when you develop apps or any software or website, so that user has a better access to things, like putting
Understood.
heading
Thank you
in
so much.
Yes, welcome. So, dictionary. Coming on to dictionary, it's a part. It's a type of set only, but in this you have a key value pair. Like we go for D for dictionary D, and we have curly brackets called the set. Then we add name colon home, because now comma. So dictionary is used to store values with a key, like key is name and value is home. Similarly, I put page is, and then we put a colon, and then we put integer 16. So when I print key, it will show like this.
There's an extra
Yes.
comma.
Oh wait. So oh. Yes. So name Om, age 16. So when you need to create database or like creating a report card for school or some projects like getting bank details or something like that, in that you will use a dictionary. You will like put here X and you put here A. So if I now use the print input is basically data input. Print to give a variable for input as well, because the data which will be taken in from input has to be stored somewhere. So let's take X. Name A is equal to 0 and X is here. So hi. So now it asks for input. I write hello. Now X is printed hello, and in the age it's coming out. Wait, X is equal to hi, and age is coming out 0 and X is coming out as 23. Should be X is equal to int. Yes, yes. While writing this, we need to give the type of the type which we want in input. Like for X, if we want input in integer value, then we have to write int. And if we want a string value, then we have to write str. So yes, now it will take hello. Yes, name hello, age 0, because A was 0, and simply if we go here and see this time this print hello and age is 0, because yes. some problems. Don't know why it's not running. There's some issue in Jupyter Notebook, I guess. So D is equal to name, and we have a variable x which will store the name, and then comma like we do in all other. Then we have class for age, then we have colon, and then again we have A for age, and from age to string, so we will do like this, and print U. It will show error. Oh, okay. Right. Sashank, I don't know why it's not giving output. Wait, I'm sharing you this control for my.
Just give me a moment. I'm sending you the code. I'm executing on my system. Just give me a minute. I'll send you the code.
Oh no, I think my Jupyter Notebook is stuck. Code was working fine for a while. Now it's not running.
Why isn't it giving your input?
See, it should give an error here, but it's going on to next one. See, I have given you the mouse control. You can check.
Okay, so let me.
It has a colon here. I mean asterisk here. That input.
Okay.
I think I did auto save that time. Last two didn't get save or something. Error.
You can do one thing, right? Wait, let me do one thing for you. Let me restart your kernel, right? Okay. The kernel run all right. Let me do that. That should work.
Yes. Done. Now it will work. That asterisk has been. Let me check.
Yeah, you can take the control.
Yes, so now it's working. So if I write home, it will print value and here. Yes. But if I remove the value of A and I don't give. Yes.
I sent you a simple example. You can try that out. That would be better.
Yes. Yes. So name Sam, name home, age. Same error coming again whenever I'm copying it.
What the heck, man? Why are you doing this? Student conditions.
It's showing error again whenever I copy the code and paste. Yes. See, so I was telling here, ignore this for a while. I was saying that I didn't mention A anywhere, so it's saying name A is simplified. And if I go and like put out at A, A, like here I define A is equal to 0. Yes, so if I input A here, A is equal to, yes, I was saying why I gave A a value of 0. This doesn't mean that now I can only add a string value in it. This doesn't mean that I can only add a numeric value to it. I can add any value. Like for now it will print by default 0, but if I go here and write A is equal to input, and this will have age and here like okay, so go like this.
The voice
So,
one that is good.
yes. So now you can see first it will ask age. If I write no age and name Om, it will show 0 because it didn't take the value because it's like input was asked in the
So
different.
automatically it will take integer, and if you write str, then it will pick up the string value of whatever is in.
Yes, but if I go here and remove this and simply ask this one, then it will ask for age. No, Om. So no age. I don't know why there's a lag. It should have printed an error that way. So see, age is no and name came as Om. But if I write age equal to 0, then you will see it should first type it's coming out as 0, but
Because you mentioned there the variable as a, right? So whatever value is in a, right? So it is getting overridden, right? Whatever value you are giving for a is getting overridden by
okay. Yes, I have to add the input type here. If I add so if now I add a that value alphabetic value, it will show an error because see, no value invalid register for int because int can only have an integer, but I entered a no, but no comes no is an has letters, so that's why it will show error. And see, if I write 1 2 underscore pn, it will show error because it can only have an int, so I have to
Only
only add
numbers.
yes, it can only be number, and the second one can be number or string anything. But then if you want to convert it into like string, if you want to calculate something between, it's like it's not name, it's something like weight and age, then you won't be able to calculate because string can't be calculated with an integer. You need to convert it into it, and then only it will be used to calculate anything. So this is still dictionary, and we have 15 minutes. So yes.
Yeah, so like, do you need to mention it as str for x is equal to str of, because by default anyways input is gonna take as a string, right? So why do you need to explicitly convert it as str? I don't think that would work. You can remove that run the
yes, it will work fine here.
Yeah.
Invalid syntax, print text.
After that x is equal to, right? Just remove that one.
Yes.
After x is equal, remove that.
Where?
After x is equal to, after a,
Okay.
right?
Yes. Parentheses. Okay. Yes. Got it. Yes. So if I go 16 and name Om age 0, it takes time to refresh. I don't know why. When I will run it, now it will work fine. Online editor. See, again it's lagging. I don't know. I gave age as 6, but again it's showing 0. This Jupyter notebook is lagging behind. I need to restart.
Is it lagging or is it overriding with a is equal to 0? I'm not sure, because you have mentioned a is equal to 0 before a is equal to 16, right? So what it is happening, I'll tell you, it's always considering a is equal to 0. So what you can do is you can remove that a is equal to 0. It is by default considering that. Just remove that and run it now. You should get a is equal to 16.
So it's a bug. Yes, it's a bug. Sometimes it will show right, sometimes it will show wrong. Yes. Yes, yes.
That's by default because you had already initialized A with 0, right? So when
Yes.
you had mentioned A, right, so every time when you are creating a dictionary, it is automatically taking the initial value and not the A value which you mentioned afterwards.
Yes, yes, got it. Yes, yes. It was
Yeah.
like sometimes it was giving correct output, but mostly it's wrong. Yes. Okay. So, good point told by Sashank. Like, if you need to input a variable, then you don't need to assign it anything because by default, when if you are asking the user to input that time, it will if nothing is mentioned, it will take it as a string, and if you want it as a float or an int, you will simply mention it here. So that was for dictionary, and we have 10-15 minutes to go. So I will simply tell that basic operations of Python like plus, minus, and divide, multiply. So like we have x is equal to. I think I should open this shell only. Wait a second. It's taking time. Yes. So uh, save and then more. So yeah, this is the shell. So if I write x is equal to 3 and z is equal to 9, now Python shell gives you a very handy thing. You can directly perform calculations in this shell. Like I can print. You don't need to write print or anything. It will automatically print the result here only, and like I will print x plus 8. It will print 11, and if I write x plus z, it will simply show 12 because right now, yes, 9 plus 12. So, and similarly, if I want x into z into 27, we can multiply, divide, and find remainder, find the decimal value, and we can perform all basic calculations in the IDE shell only. Like if you are creating program and you need, or you can create small programs here also, like 1 or 2 liner. You write print hello. So it will also print here. But if you write hello, it will show error. Hello is not defined because it will take it as a variable. And if you write x is equal to z, and then print x print z, it will show 9, and when you will print x, it will show 9 because at this point both interchange their value. And uh, in next class we will show how to compare two things, like if this is true, then it will come in loops, itself loops, and for loop, while loop. So in that it's like x is equal to 0, false, because x is equal to what we gave 9. When you put double is equal to, it gives a check whether it is what you wrote is true or not. Like if I write z is equal to 9, is it true? Because z is equal to writing 2 times will have a check on that whether what has been given input is correct or not. So it will match whether z is equal to 9 or not, and yes, then it will give true, and if not, then it will show false. So for addition you have plus, for subtraction you have minus, like z minus x 0, and for a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 10. For division you have slash, and you go slash. a plus b 0.1, and for just getting the remainder you will write a plus b, and remainder comes out to be 0. And we have operations. Yes, so these are the basic operations which you can do here. And if you need to square root, like b is equal to 3 and read square, so b star star and you write 2, so 9, and this is in value. So you can calculate only the square values, and you can find remainder by putting double slash. You can divide and you can subtract, you can add, you can compare whether this is true or false, and this true false which is coming here, and in further on you will learn that it's 0 and 1, and this true false is very important condition for the loops which we will cover in the next class, because loops will start only if condition is either true or false. Like if else statements, they work on the condition. If the condition true, then do this, not then do this. So I think we have covered enough for this class, and time's also up. So thank you. If anyone has any doubts, they can ask. I'm recording and also the sharing.